All right. All right. All right. All right. Somebody needs a shower. I showered. I'm good. You good? Did you shower? Everybody clean? Everybody fresh and clean? Go back to Mother Base and clean up. Gray and rainy here. Starting to hear a little bit of thunder. Nothing crazy like the other day. Jamie. Okay, there it is. The bot is slow today. I don't know why the bot is so slow today. Oh. Well, I guess we're here. Out of nowhere. And this is messed up, too, because, like, it's been nothing but helpful. Why? Why does this have to even happen? The Kaz. Do I blame Kaz?
You ready to talk?
Crash.
Anything? Still living up to her name.
The true date.
How about you drop the act? Who infected you with a parasite?
We can't let her talk. Put it back.
All I want's a name. That won't trigger anything.
The hood doesn't stop her from speaking. That was stupid.
Tell me. Tell me! Your lungs have been barbecued. There's traces of rubbing alcohol in your alveoli. This was found adhered to your lungs, intact. A petal. White Star of Bethlehem. The hospital. Skullface sent you to Cyprus to kill Snake. You were burned inside and out. That should have been the end of it. But, all things considered, you look pretty damn healthy to me. We have Skullface to thank for that, right?
I was the only one capable of applying them to parasite therapy. Until he stole them from me.
Why are you here? Did Skullface send you? Or did you have your own score to settle with the boss? Refreshing? Salt water.
No!
Guys, you are such an asshole.
His life isn't yours to take. Enough.
That's enough. If she wanted to kill the boss, he'd already be dead. Same goes for us. She's had plenty of chances. She can talk. She's not here to kill anyone. You're wasting your time. It doesn't matter why she's here. She works for you now. She's in love with the legend.
What makes you so sure?
I was the same way once.
At least he owns it.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy? Or you? Go on all day.
Hey, now's good.
Boss,
Let her go. She won't speak, so she can't spread the infection.
Na begitin Tisch? Mish na getin ti.
Oh.
Idiki plak anat e.
Oh. Ako kode jisdesni.
Dne bizad.
Belagana gesnita. Tatobe yasteta. Aseitota. Dodoにした。dodoにした。
I like that scene a lot. Issues people have with quiet and the depth or lack of depth of her character. You got a scene like that, it's small, but it's who she is defined right there. You see that she can speak. She speaks other languages. It doesn't explain why she doesn't have a notebook and explain everything. That's not the point. The point is it expresses the heart of her character right there. Has been infected on purpose so that she will infect everyone, and all she has to do is speak English. She won't. Refuses. But she couldn't help herself there. Code Talker figured it out, asked her, had a feeling she understood what he was saying, had to share it with someone. Going crazy. A few words, but she told him everything. English, parasite. He's carrying it. Skullface did it. He won't. He won't speak English. It's a choice. It's a choice. I like that idea a whole lot. I think it's excellent. And it gets made fun of. But she says stuff like, I didn't choose to be quiet. When in fact, that's precisely what she did. It is a choice. It doesn't bother me. So what? Obviously, she did choose, and I think that's a choice.
Roger.
Is the map still marked?
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Novo, I would like a hamburger.
Gaining altitude.
Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. Yeah, Wombat, are you up for it? I'll pay you. Yeah, we got a lot of GMP. You can have a lot of it. You can have all of it. Will you kick his ass? Man on fire. Okay. Secure the remains of the man on fire. Yako Obo supply outpost. Let's come in from over here. We could land in the hot zone, which is right on top of our destination. This mission for a lot of people was pretty weird. Sneaking suit? No, let's go back to the sneakings. One of them. Which one? How about the one? We haven't even used the one from this game too much. We're looking for the body of the man on fire. They've got it at the supply outpost. Any a person has gone through this whole place and failed to find it. Has killed or otherwise eliminated every troop in the place, and then proceeded to look around with impunity, and still, for quite a while, failed to find what we're looking for. Sometimes the glasses that you're looking for are already on your face. Good to have you here. Shares all his motions. All my motions, all my lotions.
Be careful down there, boss.
Okay, A to B. Well, it doesn't matter. I know where we're going. So all we need is one marker just so I start off going in the right direction. So I don't go off that way, thinking I'm heading to the supply outpost. I think from this direction we can come around where they have an AA gun. Drop down on the base instead of coming up into it. Base itself, yeah. I mean, that was a weird marker I made. Okay, this is not really where I wanted to be. Can I go around? To go around, I'd have to go here, here, C to D. That's if I can even go up. I might just be in a bad spot for trying to approach the way I want. You can climb certain cracks. I don't think this is one. Distinct enough. You can climb certain cracks in the rock. Only some. Good, good. We're getting in. All right. This is where I want it to be. As we come around behind the supply outpost, they have two little watchtowers and an AA gun that are outside the walls. What I'm I'm hoping is we're gonna be able to spot what is so hard to find if you don't already know where it is. And it's a great troll job. Whether it was Kojima or someone else, it was a really good troll job. What are we here for? We're here for the remains of the man on fire. I mean, it could be anywhere, right? I mean, they could have stuck it anywhere from one of these corner outposts, which doesn't seem so likely to one of the rooms where they were holding prisoners before, like Malik was being held in there. There are rooms on lockdown everywhere. Whether or not they're locked right now, there are all these places that someone could be held. You can crawl underneath the base. Oh man, there's so much stuff you can do here, and it takes a while. It's delicate because it's well defended. But here's the thing. You might go looking and finding nothing, take out every troop in the place, finding nothing, and the reason is because the glasses you're looking for are already right on your face.
Taking out the power system now will limit the enemy's activities.
He won't even acknowledge it. He won't even acknowledge it. But he's right there. He's right there in the middle. Right there. This is so trolly. It may not look like it because I pointed it out. But the thing is, that's the last place anyone looks. Is right in the middle, just laying there next to a box. He's not shiny. He doesn't sparkle. He doesn't get ID'd as anything. It's a good troll job, actually. Good job. Good job. Everybody wearing helmets. Not sure what I even want to do here. Besides point out that the man on fire's corpse is right in the middle. I think if I get down there, it'll trigger a cutscene, but we probably have to be not on alert. Not on alert. Maybe a distraction. I wonder how much of the base I could get to move if I made some sort of a good distraction. It's a side op. There's no ranking. Doesn't matter if we get alerts. I could throw hand grenades at communications equipment. That would get their attention, but maybe not the kind I want. Yes, a horse too. Yeah, just wait. Just wait. Can I climb up here? I don't understand why it won't let me climb up from here if it lets me climb on it. Can't really put C4 up on top. Oh, Nazguy, I almost missed your comment. Thank you for saying so. Payne, how are you doing? Yeah, it's right in front of me. I was just showing off. I mean, played the game before, and I know that it's a point of frustration for a lot of people. So I just wanted to make a small stink out of it for a minute. How are you doing, Payne? Ah, that should have been a chin shot at least. Come on, lift your head. There is nothing going on. That was your imagination. Oh, he's coming right up. Oh. Hey. Hi, guys. Oh, shit. Hand grenade. Fuck me. Sorry. I'm used to having a smoke grenade there. Well, it's on now. Oh, my God. That's not going to make it up there. Shit. It still worked. Wrong kind. Yes, that was awesome. Oh, hi. Oh, God, stop. Stop moving. No, 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 no! Oh, come on. Jesus. Jesus, come on. What are you wearing? Kevlar underwear!
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake? Snake!
What do you mean? Al, what are you talking about? Silent talk? Alright. See? Usually have smoke grenade on deck. I pulled out the hand grenades. Take out the communications equipment? I guess. Jay! 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 I guess it was one little guard post outside the walls. They got the one here. There's the AA gun. Then more comm equipment. Okay. Should have brought Quiet. She would take care of this whole base. Even the guys with helmets, it would just take a couple extra shots. Hold still, buddy boy. I'm staying out here. I'm gonna try and trank most or all of the base before going back in. Oh! Slightly still? Now who saw that? Okay. One at a time, please. One at a time, please. Take a number. Take a number. Hey, Sabor, what's going on? Oh, so quick. Hey, guy. Ah! Ow. Anyone see that? No? Excellent. Actually, get this guy in the face. Ah, someone did see it. 74 meters. He saw it. And helmet. Tempted to, let's get the tranquilizer working on him already. There we go. It's a very sensitive spot.
Signal embedded in the static.
Elder Lamba, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Oh yeah, show me your neck! That was perfect. He was like this. He's like, shoot me now. Well, I'm giving you an extra few pixels. Nice guy. All right. Watch out, DD. I think that just missed. These shots that are not in the head are not gonna last as long. 1, 2, 3. No helmets. Yes, no helmets. He wasn't wearing Hanes. I don't know if I can do 3 without getting an alert and then more guys running in. 2, maybe. See how... Oh, man. Timing's gonna be a little tight because we're gonna have people waking up soon. Moving? They're moving? Alright. Be messy. Go for it. Faster. Oh, there goes Stay cool, Iceman. What was that? Did you see that? Hey, Frosty.
I barely recognize you, Colonel. Skullface used your thirst for
Hold on,
revenge
Sebor.
against Big Boss, did he?
So,
Boss, I've updated the mission list.
who is he?
We've received some
Yeah,
new
let's
job
talk about
offers.
that.
The details are on your iDroid.
Apes! And on fire, vocal cord, parasites, lots of things. There are so many development requirements met. Furycorn, we can actually ride his horse now. It's kind of like the wormhole Fulton. It's not real, but you can use it anyways. This is Volgin from Snake Eater from 1964. Chronologically, the first part of the story, the Metal Gear saga, but it was the third Metal Gear Solid game, and there are other Metal Gear games, but it was not the first game released, but it is chronologically the earliest incident involved Volgin, Colonel Volgin. And he doesn't like Big Boss. Big Boss killed him, and he doesn't like well, technically Lightning killed him, but Big Boss mostly killed him, and he wants revenge. His existence here in this story, his coming back to life, has to do with Mini Mantis, the floating boy. Still, that is Volgin. That is Volgin. Colonel Volgin. We can't use any lethal weapons on base. What about...
Kept you waiting, huh?
Hold on. I can do better than that.
Kept you
Oh.
waiting, huh? Kept you waiting, huh?
I can go around over there. Okay.
Kept you waiting, huh?
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh?
It's like Volgin's hell right
You're
here.
pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty good. Kept you pretty good. You're pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh?
This is Volgin's personal hell.
Kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty good. Kept you waiting. You're pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh? Kept you waiting. You're pretty good. Kept you waiting.
Volgin. Rot. Rot.
Kept you waiting.
You're a pain in the ass anyways.
Kept you waiting. You're pretty good. Kept you waiting, huh? You're pretty good. Kept you waiting. 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 You're pretty good.
All right, how do I get out of here?
Kept you waiting. You're pretty good. Kept you waiting. You're pretty good. Kept you waiting.
Hey, Randy, how you doing? What do you get? What's up? No, now it's my hell too. How do I get out? I'm stuck. There's got to be a ladder. No cheers. Just streams. Let's get a pickup. What have I done? Pequod cannot come fast enough. Yes, thank you, Valkyries.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Faster, Pequod. Faster.
This is Pequod.
Poor,
On station at LZ.
poor Vulgan's corpse. Just wonder how long the batteries in those decoys last. Maybe they're solar powered. Maybe they'll go forever.
Gaining altitude.
Yes, Sebor, that was the Colonel with electric powers. Kuwabara, Kuwabara. Exactly. Randy, I am great. Thank you. Hey, Gunner. Gunner Shock, what's up? Your entire base sounds like that now. You remember my getting it? I don't. Crash, the name doesn't ring a bell. What, doesn't ring a bell?
I have detected
Kaja
a signal
Gugu?
embedded in the static.
I don't think I know that. Damn, where's it, Jambo? Welcome aboard. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you for the follow. Do we call you Jam? 27%. Ba-bum. Bum-ba-bum. Words for everything. Document. Election rate 60%. 3A plus rank soldiers. Tapes. Tapes! Any more hamburger tapes? Not yet. Man on Fire tapes. So here is a little more. Man on Fire, Floating Boy. These are kind of interesting. So if you're curious about who he is and where he came from.
Volgan, the GRU colonel, was burned alive with a Shagohod during Operation Snake Eater 20 years ago. Despite suffering severe burns to his entire body, he still clung to life. After you left
Right on, Jam.
Semyonsk, Volgan's body was taken to a research institute in the outskirts of Moscow. But modern medicine couldn't explain why he was still alive. Not that the colonel was any ordinary man to begin with. That constant electric current he had running through his body that he could unleash at will. To be honest, I was always uncomfortable around him.
Good night.
Thought I might
Sleep
get
well.
electrocuted just by standing nearby. The institute studying him was tasked with investigating and developing human paranormal abilities. The comatose Volgan was used to further the Soviet Union's research into such abilities. But not long ago, the facility burned to the ground. And Volgan's body was never found among the rubble, even though the fire started in the room where they were keeping him. This occurred at around the same time you woke up. If Skullface was right, and a thirst for revenge can turn a man into a demon and keep the dead alive,
How you doing,
this
Heat Guy?
man on fire
Hi.
has been coming after us ever since you woke up. Well, that just might be what's left of our old friend Volgan. It's not over yet. Back in '64, in Seleniorsk, You brought his
Cold
plans for
stare, good night.
Utopia down in flames. That grudge is what's keeping him alive. The day the research facility holding Volgan burned down, a Soviet jumbo passenger jet happened to crash nearby, far away to the north of that hospital in Cyprus. On board the plane was a young boy who was being studied at the same facility. The plane fell to Earth from over 8,000 feet, but the boy's body was the only one not recovered. At almost exactly the same time as the crash, Volgan awoke in that facility. According to the Research Institute's documents, the gifts this boy demonstrated included psychokinesis and telepathy. To protect his mind from being inundated with other people's thoughts, he always wore a kind of gas mask. A rudimentary form of psychic insulation, apparently. We don't know where this boy is.
What do you mean, Heat
but
Guy?
his skull face is connected to him. We may cross paths with him yet. This boy is part of a new age where nothing we understand about the world makes sense anymore. Don't let your guard down.
Loading boy. Where's the Kaziba camp? In the Angola-Zaire border region. Where is the Kaziba camp? Go to... We can't get a world map from here, can we? We'd have to go into a mission. No! Ice Flame! Happy holiday weekend. How are you doing? Bum-ba-da-bum. What's I here? Kaziba camp. Kaziba camp. That was... Kaziba camp. It is north. South of the oil field, but northern part of the map. Kaziba camp. East of... I did it again. East of Walla Yamasa. East-northeast of Walla Yamasa. Southeast of the oil field. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kai. The now command triggers the bot. Entrobot is a bot. That's correct. Bot is a bot. Bot is a bot indeed. A bot is a bot. A bot, of course. You asked the question and Kim used the command to get you an answer from the bot. I get you now. Mine clearing. What happened to our mission list? So we have another actual story mission in chapter 2, but notice how it's surrounded by 2 rehashed chapter 1 missions on each side. On each side. C2W, back up, back down, Footprints of Phantoms, Trader's Caravan, all those already happened in chapter 1. Trader's Caravan, Footprints of Phantoms, back up, back down, C2W. So we're really getting to the point of the game where a lot of people went, what now? This is the second chapter of the game. Why does it look like the first chapter of the game being replayed? Because it mostly is, and there are a couple missions, unique missions scattered throughout. How many chapters and how many missions? The first chapter is 31 missions that are unique, even if they're not all on point with the story, they're unique. The second chapter is about 20 missions, but more than half of them are literal repeats of the first chapter missions, and not even the story ones. They're just, instead of being able to select a difficulty for the game like you could in other Metal Gear Solid games, there were settings like hard and extreme, and sometimes European extreme. What you have here is extreme as a rehashed mission that is at an increased difficulty. It's both the only way to get an increased difficulty out of the game and included as if it was part of a functional second chapter. So a lot of people got salty, understandably salty, because the game was supposed to have 3 chapters. Instead it has 1.5. Cursed Legacy. So let's wait just a little bit to do that because I don't want to rush through it. Kind of have 2 choices here tonight. Rush to get it finished and move on to a different game tomorrow, or don't rush. We won't finish tonight, but I don't think we're going to need all of the 12-hour stream tomorrow. to get through side ops, main ops. I'm not going to do all of these total stealth, extreme, subsistence. They are repeat missions. You can do a few, but they are in no way a priority. So we might get stuck doing one or two to just keep the story moving to its final conclusion. Whenever we reach that, we'll move on. We've got a poll for the next game. It's likely Nazga Entrabot, by the way, is a bot, but the schedule should show in your time zone. Whatever time you see on the schedule should be correct. It should be yours. The schedule should show in your time. Hopefully it will. About 70%, 80%. Yeah, exactly. 70-80%. You're spot on. So we could rush through it and finish tonight. We're not gonna rush. We'll probably finish tomorrow, and then it's this 4th of July 24-hour stream that's messing me up with the schedule. It wouldn't be an issue otherwise. We just move on to whatever's winning the poll, which right now is Infamous Second Son. The 24-hour stream is a big wild card right now. And it might be a mix of games. I don't know if it's going to be single player, multiplayer, one game, multiple games. I just don't know. But depending on what happens tomorrow, that might help make the decision. So we'll see. I'm going to wait a little bit on Cursed Legacy. You've never seen the end. I hope you get to see it. Well, it'll be tonight or tomorrow, and probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I don't think it'll be tonight. Night up. Cassette tapes. We got 2 tapes. Yeah, and the DLC. Third, actually, sorry, third, not second, my bad. The third. First Infamous, then there was a second one. I didn't play either of those two. I tried the first one, made it about 10 minutes, didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy it. It just wasn't bad, I just didn't want to keep playing. But Second Son was excellent. I like the setting, beautiful.
That facility
Powers
with all
are
the
cool.
people laid out in rows.
Story's serviceable.
The abandoned factory Shabani was held in. It is precisely as you guessed. Black Anna was coding languages into the vocal cord parasites. They infected the subjects with the parasites, then made an incision in the throat to expose the vocal cords. That allowed them to play recordings of a desired language directly to the parasites.
How you doing, Anne-Marie?
And the parasites learn the languages that way. That's some teaching method. I just don't get how a bunch of bugs had the brain power for it. They don't. Do not judge them by human standards. They do not learn as a function of intellect.
Then how do they do it?
What language the parasites react to is coded into their genes. You could expose the Japanese strain to English for years, and it would never learn the language and react to it. The pronunciation, rhythm, and structure are different. But what about, say, Spanish and Portuguese?
Long day. You made it through. You made it through.
The two are very close.
Yeah, they're both Ibero-Romance languages.
Even so, a Spanish language mating pair exposed to Portuguese will not copulate. Only when they hear Spanish. Only then. And the majority of their offspring will be the same. So it's a literal case of a mother tongue.
But if that's so, I don't see how the different strains can be created in the first place.
Well, among the many thousands of offspring, there may be just a few that react to Portuguese.
You're talking about mutations.
Correct. Playing the tapes helps to identify the mutant strains.
This is an important part
Those
of how the
specimens are then isolated and bred with one another. From their children, specimens that react more strongly to Portuguese can again be selected and bred. Repeating this process creates a strain that reacts solely to Portuguese and never to Spanish. Mutation and selection. no different to breeding roses.
So you kept increasing the change over the
little more
generations, adapting them to languages from all over the world. Must have taken a hell of a lot of patience.
More like patience. Just how many died for this?
There's something I still don't get. In order to tell which larvae will react to Portuguese, you'd have to let them develop and then see which copulate. That means you'd need tens of thousands of guinea pigs. There's no way you could do that in a facility that small.
For normal selective breeding methods, you would be right. But there is a more effective selection method when training the vocal cord parasites. Go on. It is not only when mating that the parasites listen for language. Shortly before hatching, larvae display markedly increased activity in reaction to particular language. The active eggs can be identified under a black light. So the eggs that react to Portuguese are selectively placed in the throats of subjects. So you see, narrowing down strains that react to the target language is an effective process. Though I'm sure that even so, many lost their lives to create the various strains. Taken against their will into that dungeon. There are two reasons for playing the tapes for the parasites. One, to isolate the eggs that respond to the target language. And two, to cause the specimens raised from the selected eggs to mate.
I get how the system works. But why do they respond to language before they even hatch? It's not like they can mate from inside an egg.
It is because the larvae learn the language before hatching. You mentioned that what language the parasites respond to is hard-coded into their genes, and that they don't have the brain power to actually learn a language. But then you say that the larvae at Nzoia Badia Bulu were learning the languages in the egg. Your story doesn't add up. Your country is home to a unique songbird. The Japanese bush warbler. Sure, what of it? What a beautiful call it has. But no bush warbler can sing it perfectly at the start. As chicks, they can barely chirp at all. They must learn from their parents and other adult birds. Only then can
Nice,
they
man. I'd
sing
forgotten about
properly
that.
and attract females. So naturally, there are individual differences in each bird's call. Though they start on the same footing, each bird is influenced by its teachers. And the parasites
was
are the
fun.
same?
Grace.
Like the birds, the parasites have a genetic predisposition towards a particular language. But while in the egg, the larvae's ears are tweaked by listening to the voice of the host. This tweaking ensures that the grown parasites will react better to the host's speech pattern.
Why would they have an ability like that?
Well, there are distinct regional differences within even the same language. Rare is the language that has no unique dialects. Yes, learning the host's speech pattern before hatching.
I sent my B
attunes
team.
the larvae to
45%
whatever twist of
success chance.
pronunciation it will encounter. This adaptive ability is what makes them so formidable.
I see. So a language requires selective breeding, but the parasites can learn dialects by themselves.
Of course, having the egg-stage larvae listen to the tapes in the factory was not meant to teach them. It was more important to use that trait of theirs to identify the mutated strains. As I mentioned earlier, is that really accurate enough to
Lost
use
a few
as a
soldiers,
weapon?
but
You could wipe out a neighboring ethnic group by accident if their pronunciation is too close. What you say is true. In that sense, they are imperfect as ethnic cleansers. But for his purposes, they are good enough. His objective was not to exterminate any one ethnic group, but to render the world's lingua franca, English, inert.
wow, that combat deployment was one of the priority ones. It was the first one where you have to send out battle gear. There's another one, difficulty S. Shop smart. Shop as smart. So we could send out our best team and risk losing 20% losses predicted. Our best team of S and S plus ranked soldiers, or what I did last time was send a B team, which had less than a 50% chance. When you think about it, 50% and low 60s, not that far off. So do we send our best troops? Well, the B team rocked house last time. Less than a 50-50 chance, slightly. Flip a coin, pretty much flip a coin. On the other hand, we send our best troops, and it's not much better than flipping a coin. So let's not put the best on the line. See what happens. I don't really get to do anything with those missions, but either get things or lose things, or get things and lose things when they're finally done. You had the best burrito ever. Mike, what was the best burrito ever? I hadn't had one in a while. I had a burrito the other day. Yesterday. Awesome burrito yesterday. Had been a while. Blood and Wine was the last 24-hour. Yes, correct. And we did a lot of Witcher 24-hour streams. We've done a few Bloodborne, a few Witcher. Besides those two, are there any other games that got multiple 24-hour streams? Fallout, maybe get 2. Fallout 4. We've already done a BioShock Infinite 24-hour stream. That's why, I mean, if BioShock Infinite wins the poll and I decide to just do a single-player game straight for the 24-hour stream, it could be that again. We did that in, I think, August. Infinite and the DLC in a 24-hour. But, right now, Infamous is winning the poll. So if I go for a single-player game, it'll probably be that. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll talk to more people on Sunday. We might... I don't want to be too much of a tease, but we might get some multiplayer going on. There's a few different things we could do. I play some Borderlands and Battleborn, a few people on Sunday, so we might do a little of that on Monday, maybe. GTA Online, we never really did. I made a character, but that's another possibility. Few things. Some mix. See what happens tomorrow.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static.
Strider, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Amory, you're asking if Mass Effect is worth playing. It's one of my favorite game series in the world. The second game in the series is one of my favorite games ever. I like the third one too. They're excellent. They're some of my favorite games. Play them, love them. And if you don't mind a game that's a little rough around the edges, play the first one. I remember, I'm going to drift into Mass Effect just for a second, but I remember people talking about how many hours people had in the game, how people would play over and over different Shepards. It didn't make any sense. Your own Shepard. People make their own Shepards. They became attached to their Shepard over 300 hours. What are you talking about? It's a great branching story. And people kind of bag on the end, which I won't spoil, but the end of the story may not fully pay respects to the journey, but the journey is awesome, and you get to have this incredible branching story of choices you make and people you meet from the first game through the second game, third game. Incredible adventures. Don't miss it. Yeah, if you've missed it thus far, don't miss it. Oops. Highly skilled soldier, number 13. Bugme Keep. Why is it not showing as a hot zone? Because it's not in the keep nearby. We might get fired on landing. Even though it's not showing a hot zone, we might get shot down trying to land here. So Mike, your burrito, awesome steak. Cut perfectly, no fat. I like a little fat on my steak. Thick, tender, not chewy. Fresh veggies, avocado, refried beans, sour cream, good stuff. I know what you're. Oh. Like. There you go. Amory, if you made it through the ending to Lost, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Big fan of Lost too. That's awesome. Similar level of disappointment, but the story is great. Yeah, like that. That was a more astute comparison than you will know until you've been through it. That was good. I love Lost. And the end didn't kill me for the same reason, because it was a good journey. It was a good journey.
Come back safe, boss.
There you go. Okay. Oh, told you, might get shot at. You sort of liked it. It almost go that far. It had a nice feel to it. What it wasn't was a fulfillment of the promises of the show. Just like some other things. Things are hard to end. What I always bring up when we talk about how hard endings are is Stephen King. Because I like Stephen King. If there's one thing that guy can't do, it's write good endings. So what? So the setup is too much setup to actually achieve the proper payoff. Oh well. Tough guy. Oh, helmet shit. I mean, I know he had a helmet, but I was going for the face, and I misjudged his movement. Just a little bit. Oh, I may not be the best shooter, but sometimes I think I've got a clean shot. They screw it up and forget about it. Are we back to our wormhole? I hope. Yes, that's the sound of a wormhole.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Can you trank the cow? Oh yeah. But it wasn't a cow. Otherwise, yes. That's not a good place to hit him in the vest. Here we go. Thigh is good. You shoot him in the junk, that's good too. Headshot, best shot. Junk shot, thigh shot, butt shot. Are any of those actually better than the others? I don't know. Thigh shot is not bad though.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
This steak always sounds good. What kind of silliness is this? Snake!
That's the target.
Oh, you're gonna shoot your buddy? You gonna shoot your buddy? You're not gonna shoot your buddy. You're not that dumb. No, let me tell you what's gonna happen, Mr. 50 meters. Your buddy's going home with me. What? He's awake? Did they shoot him awake? Snake! Oh, this just went to shit. What the hell? How and why? That just fell apart. I'm not sure. Oh, I see their sniper now. Why did he wake up?
Boss!
I fucked up! That's what's up. Sorry. Boss! Why did he wake up? Was it the rock? He hit the rock and woke up? Here's that, here's the cow. You can send him back to base. There's a whole conservation platform. First sheep to travel through a wormhole. How cool is that?
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Alert sound played, but I blind shot him right in the face. Nice. What I was looking for.
That's the target.
I think he's got a helmet too. I can't remember though. Risk it. Yep, helmet. Beautiful. That didn't alert him. We may have a helmet, but he's got nothing to protect. Less. The one I got woke up. Really? No, he just, he's been spotted. Well, this all worked so well last time. Let's do it again. It really should have been so easy. All we had to do was in-cap all these guys, briefly, knock them out, wormhole one of them, done. You will not kill me like that this time. They do have another sniper, though. I mean, the same sniper that got me last time could do that again. But here's our guy. Here's our quarry. All we have to do is get the Fulton on him before I die. Come on. No! Quick. Do the worm. Do the worm. Did it count? Fuck me! It didn't work. We were about 1 second from getting this. Oh, that was so stupid. Completion. Like 1 second. Maybe 2 seconds. It would have gone. And then it wouldn't have mattered. Ugh. This hasn't happened in a little while. That's. Chicken hat. All done.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Right here, tape. Wonder if that's a tape I can grab. It's not an 80s tape. Might be an original music tape. Shit. Oh, that was close. I don't know why I'm going over here. Music tape. Yes, I do. Music tape. Tangerine. We still have lots of C and D rank soldiers on the team, so A rank, okay. Of course, we want better, but not gonna matter.
You gonna extract him?
All right, let's back to the ACC. I haven't heard any fireworks tonight, but the dog kind of hovering like they've heard some. Wonder if they're hearing fireworks from other places, from just far enough away that I can't hear it. Hovering, they're really hovering.
Boss, about that AI pod you retrieved from Emirates
This tape,
research
this is
facility.
messed up.
Guess what we found inside? A corpse. Human. The pod maintained a low internal temperature the whole time, and very little outside air got in. That would have slowed down decomposition. Still, the remains were mostly skeletal. Estimated time of death is between 6 months and a year ago. We put the screws to Huey about it. Listen to the tape. Turns out it was the body of someone we knew very well.
Music tape we picked up was original music. Yep, Tangerine. This is something else. Yay, iPod. The same lab where we picked up Huey.
Fine. Yes, Strangelove was doing AI research in that lab.
Why hide that until now?
Why? Okay, so what? I wasn't working alone. You've got to understand. You do understand, right? I didn't want to drag her into this. It's my load to bear, alone.
So you didn't create the AI intended to drive Sahelanthropus. It was Strangelove.
Skullface was never in favor of AI control. So naturally they argued. Strangelove, she got him angry and he killed her.
How?
Oh.
You didn't see it? So you found her inside that pod after the fact. And you just left her body to rot in there.
Doesn't sound right, does
you
it?
Put her in there afterward.
I asked him not to take her away from me.
So she was killed by Skullface, but you asked nicely, and he put her body in the AI pod for you.
That's right.
Pathetic. You know, we have another idea. That you killed her.
Me? I couldn't kill her.
You killed her and locked her body in the pod.
I wouldn't. Don't treat me like one of you. I can't just kill anyone whenever I feel like it. I'm a normal human being.
Oh, I see. So you just shut her inside and waited for her to die.
I would never do that.
What, you mean she killed herself?
Yes. She climbed inside that pod and shut the door. It can't be opened from the outside. It was suicide. Suicide, I said. She killed herself. She got in when I wasn't looking and suffocated. She'd often try to do things like that. By the time I realized and opened the door, she wasn't breathing.
See you later. Have a great
I
holiday
got
weekend.
scared and shut the pod
I don't see
again.
you.
I couldn't bring myself to open it back up. That's right. Me? Kill her? What is wrong with you?
I see. Just tell me one more thing.
Haven't you gotten enough today?
Okay, I see it's a painful memory. You don't have to answer, just listen to the question. You see, we examined her remains. She had a scar on her lower abdomen, a surgical scar. It had been stitched up and had fully healed, meaning it was long before her death. She had a child, didn't she? Your child. Where's the kid?
How should I know?
So there is a child.
I've never seen his face.
What do you take us for?
They took it all. Even my child. I didn't even know he'd been born. I lost everything.
How old would he be?
It's 4 years since then.
And you know it's a boy.
Strangelove said so.
And his name?
We called him Hal, even though I never saw his face.
Okay, Huey. Oh man. 75% of the music tapes. A++ soldiers. We called him Skullface. S7, how you doing, man? Okay. Oh, that's right. Look, we've got this long deployment underway. 2 more hours. That. Missions. Look like 5. No, we've got one. One actual mission right now. Recover the 2 containers loaded with Code Talkers research materials. Containers are hidden in the jungle. XOF choppers en route to collect them. You have to have at least cargo too, or you can't pick up the containers.
Boss, research materials have been stolen from Code Talker's mansion. The
That's me
materials
too,
were
Kim.
packed into
I was
2
like, oh,
containers
that's
and
rich.
hidden in the jungle southwest of the mansion. You have to recover those containers. The pickup crew coming for those documents is none other than XOF. That's right. They're still active, even after Skullface's death. Now that he's no longer in charge, their original chain of command has been restored. Meaning if XOF gets those documents, Code Talker's research ends up in Cypher's hands. According to Code Talker, the research papers stored in that mansion account for over 50 years of study. The problem is the vocal cord parasites. If the papers documenting that research fall into Cypher's hands, they'll take another long, hard look at them. The ethnic cleansers we thought were history will become a reality. America, Zero, will have a weapon far more powerful than any nuke. Even worse, if this knowledge were to leak, the world, humanity, can't be entrusted with this kind of power. Recover the containers before the enemy extraction choppers arrive.
We get off light. Get off easy. And we did get tortured a few times. But
Boss, Code Talker's research has been stolen. The research materials have been packed into 2 containers and hidden in the jungle southwest of the mansion. Enemy extraction choppers will be there any minute. You have to find and retrieve those containers before they arrive. That area is being guarded by Zero-Risk Security, and their client is XOF. If the choppers make off with the containers, that research will end up in Cypher's hands. That cannot be allowed to happen. One other thing, boss. We need a cargo-capable Fulton extraction device to recover the containers. Use your iDroid to order its development and have it dropped in. Be careful down there, boss.
well, you know, you send him off. Wombat, you could at least imagine that he met with some terrible fate, a bad storm, never made it to shore. Lots of things could have gone wrong. Lots of things. I don't think we're going to be able to pass through here. There are different versions of the parasite, Sebor. Some of them have hardened skin, and some of them have different abilities, like the other skulls, like Quiet does. The one that covers is the one that gives them thick skin.
Know where the containers are. If you can just squeeze it out of them.
Quiet would scout the valley. She won't actually scout the mansion. It's interesting. Kind of picky there. Yes, Sebor. Simplest answer is yeah, the parasites are responsible for her abilities. The parasites all have a different anime power. Nice. So Cyan, how you doing? No, you're moving too fast. Stop. Oh god. Dude. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Shit. He does not have much of an exposed facial area. Jesus.
Talk. I've updated the info in your iDroid. Take a look. The soldiers have no idea what's in those containers. Strictly a need-to-know basis. He's coming too. Roger that.
Oh, I forgot about that mine that's not there during one of the main missions, but is there during side ops. Love it. That mine is a beautiful thing. Okay, we can't just jump down here. We're gonna have to cross that bridge. I think we're gonna have to cross the bridge. Decoy? Decoy. Look at that face mask! He does not want me crossing the bridge. And we can we cannot get to the top of the waterfall. Oh god! Snake! That might be lethal. Else, it sucks. This does not really look survivable. I think he would die. Pretty iffy. If he hits the wall on the way down and skids, he won't die. That. Try it. He didn't even hit the ground. He sort of died because what? He was gonna die when he hit the ground. It's like it credited the death before he even made it to the ground.
Your targets are
Do it, man! Do it!
Locate and extract
Yeah, pretty
them
place
both.
to die. Alright, well, forget that. Let's not get any kind of an alert on. Let's go right to the bridge. We can interrogate one of those guys.
Guards, they must know where the containers are. If you can just squeeze it out of them.
Was that the first time, Novo, you saw the Death Stranding trailer? Special alert?
Boss, looks like they're stepping up security around the targets.
Why?
Watch
Nobody's...
yourself.
Why? Because I didn't get spotted? Is that why they're stepping up security? Because I did not get spotted? That makes sense. He scraped his chin on a rock. That does suck though. Scrape chin. Idea what might make a distraction. Oh, snake! Not used. There we go. Phantasmine at all. Go check it out, go check it out, go check it out. Come on, you guys, go check it out. Oh, shit balls. A bit of a mess.
Our early warning radar still hasn't picked up the enemy choppers. But it's only a matter of time before they...
Documents? Where the containers are? Sure, why not?
Nice find. Analyzing the intel file you picked up. We've got a fix on the target. Check it on your iDroid.
They're gonna see that. I didn't realize there was anyone closing in, but that's okay. We're out of here.
He's coming too. Roger that. Visibility in the jungle isn't great. Watch out. You could run into the enemy at any time.
Please, feel the roots. The branches become one with the forest. The
Oh, this is a
forest
not a
is
side
aware
op.
of
No
the
wonder.
enemy's
Okay.
Noise. You must be too.
Right by the fire. I think there is a. I think this bridge. There might be a spot you can climb up. No, not this one. Well enough. I don't think I can do this with them to split their attention quite well enough here. Yeah. Oh, and then Snake does his whole I don't know how to handle terrain thing. There's a mine. There's a mine.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Target extraction confirmed. That leaves one target to go. Take care of the next one. Boss, our early warning radar just picked up the enemy choppers. We'll keep you informed of their ETA. Hurry up and extract the target.
You can't go firing on the XOF choppers. If we attack XOF now, it'll be a declaration of war against Cypher itself. That time will come, but it's not now.
He's looking straight up. Why can't I crawl? Dude! I'm just gonna rush him. They quit that crawling on the bridge. Okay. Hey, Beard is evil. What's up?
He's coming
Still a
too.
cyboid.
Roger
What's
that.
happening? What else who just got here recently? Welcome. Happy holiday weekend, all. If you've got a holiday. Oh, got the drop.
Boss, you don't have much time. Move.
Shush. Shush. Seeing me. Who the hell is seeing me? Not good. Shit. Smoke grenade that's close. Smoke grenade that's that way. We're just gonna blanket this place in smoke. We're gonna get the hell out of here. It's a storage container. I think I can ride it out. Even though it's a main mission. We're gonna find out. Oh my god! Quick! Ah! Oh, hold on tight! Snake, hold on! Hold on! Boom!
Exfiltrate the area. Go ahead and call
Your
the charter.
wormhole is
You
pretty
can also
good.
exfiltrate the mission area by land.
Oh, we're already gone. Exfiltrate the mission area by land. Yes.
Yes, mission
Hey, Rift
complete.
Dog.
Boss, that was exceptional.
Welcome back. Yes. Nice finish. Bonuses. Bonuses. Completed the mission. Without the enemy discovering the containers were gone. They saw it happen. But they didn't have time to figure it out. It just poof right before that. Sweet.
Boss,
Rift Dog, what have you been up to?
Talker's research materials
Great.
back in
Doing
one
great here.
piece.
Thank you.
The medical team has them under lock and key in the quarantine facility. The materials should help their research into the vocal cord parasites. Cypher won't be getting their hands on them now.
Hey, what's up? CG. Tapes. Lots more tapes. I think we're gonna have tapes and then break and then continue. Because that's a bunch of tapes. Probably gonna take us up to break time. Break time's in about 15 minutes. I'll bet you that's 15 minutes worth of tapes. Could even be a little more. Hey, it's a lot of soldiers. I gotcha. You're really sick? Ah, Rift Talk. Sorry to hear that. I hope you heal
Boss,
fast.
I've updated the mission list.
Sick for
We've received some
sick
new
for the
job
weekend?
offers.
You've been sick for a while?
The details are on your iDroid. Boss, some of the kids we've been keeping here have escaped. We don't know why they ran off.
9
but it
tapes.
may have something to do with
9
Ralph's death.
tapes.
The intel team's looking for them as we
9
speak.
tapes.
I'll add information to your side ops list as it comes in. You need to locate and secure those kids. I'll try to find out what happened.
Children's escape. And then another hamburger tape. Cool thing is the hamburger tape is the last tape, new tape that we've got, so. End on a good note. Code Talker and his research. Full Faces objective, children escape, and hamburgers. Summer virus. I was actually gonna make a summer cold joke. I'm half glad I did, and half of me wishes I did. Half glad I didn't, and half of me wishes I did. Like a Captain Tripp Stephen King joke. Summer colds are the worst. I was thinking. Okay, tapes.
I have no doubt Skullface's plan is almost complete. At that point,
I will no longer be of use to him. I must leave behind this record at least. A record of how the ancient vocal cord parasites became these abominable ethnic cleansing parasites. I believe he has two purposes for the ethnic cleansing parasites. The first, as their name suggests, is ethnic cleansing. This conflict between East and West that envelops the world will not last much longer. Once the Cold War ends, and the weight of America and the Soviet Union is lifted away, the ethnic conflicts they kept suppressed will all rise to the surface. It is not difficult to imagine that the radical sides will begin cleansing their adversaries. But what if an ethnic cleansing parasite matching the language of the aggressors were to be unleashed? The aggressors would be washed off the earth. At the very least, the idea that retaliation could eradicate your people would prove a powerful deterrent. The second purpose is the Englishization of the world.
Killing Joke, thanks for the
Decipher
follow.
the organization.
Welcome.
This is probably
Lord.
their main use. Man thinks in words.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static.
Words are man's very means of thinking. If you erase a word representing some concept, the concept itself disappears from the world. Nishone means beautiful in Navajo, but the image that comes to mind when we say Nishone differs from the Blagana's beautiful. An azure sky, a rolling landscape, lush greenery. The meaning we place in Nishone has its roots in Diné culture. If we lose the word Nishone, the images of our beautiful homeland would be washed away into oblivion along with it, just as Orwell indicated years ago. Cypher, being based in America, is pushing Englishization for this very reason. Suppose all 5 billion people on this planet come to read, speak, and think in English. Their wills could also be streamlined under English. Cypher's control would be all the easier. Economic governance would progress in leaps and bounds. The ethnic cleansing parasites would be a great aid in accomplishing this goal. There is no need to destroy every language besides English. All they need to do is weaken other dominant languages competing with it. Russian, Chinese, Arabic. If people know they risk their lives speaking such languages, they will flock to the lingua franca that is English. Cypher need not even focus attention on smaller languages. After all, they are already being eaten away by English. Business, education, film, commodities. English has permeated every area of global society. I can see this when I look at young Diné. Some of them have already lost their grasp of the Navajo language. It is said that over 2,000 languages of the world are facing extinction. This very moment, cultural concepts and forms of expression are disappearing forever. The spread of electronic networks gives greater meaning to Englishization. Networks have no national borders, but basing them on a single language, they can penetrate deeper into and between people. That basic point of unity provides the ideal environment for someone who aims to control people's wills. But how does this differ from building the Tower of Babel? The ethnic cleansing parasites attempt to rob man of his words. Such irony. It was the vocal cord parasites that gave words to him in the first place. Ancient man had no language. Unable to produce complex sounds due to the structure of the throat, he could communicate
only through simple vocalizations and gestures. Then the vocal cord parasites infected his larynx. Man's transition to walking upright did not gift him solely with intelligence, but also with his voice. At the time, the
Thank
vocal
you. I
cord
don't know when I did that.
parasites never harmed man.
Hope you make good progress on your armor,
Small
criminal.
measure of nourishment. In fact, you could call it a symbiotic relationship.
Sorry, I'm in the way, am I
Some
not?
animal species use
Let's be
particular
honest, I'm in the way.
vocalization patterns to attract the female and reproduce. Songbirds, certain insects, and also the vocal cord parasites. The difference is that the parasites themselves did not produce sounds. Rather, they had their hosts, man, do it for them. Once secure on the human host vocal cords, a male vocal cord parasite caused the host to produce a certain sound pattern, something like a warble of a bird. Meanwhile, females parasitizing other host pharynxes need only wait. Upon hearing the sound pattern of an attractive mate, they would manipulate their hosts into making contact with the person it came from. The female traveled through his host's saliva to the other host's vocal cords, where the male was waiting,
Right,
and
Rich,
the pair
right.
copulated. We can only imagine how the female manipulated his host, but it was probably through smell. Smells traveled directly to the limbic system via the olfactory cilia in the nasal cavity. Volatile compounds released by the female would stimulate the limbic system, which controls instincts, making the host feel amorous.
Quite the show off. Quite the
This
tease.
kind of sexual selection naturally led to competition between the male parasites. Males that had their hosts produce sounds perceived by females as more attractive succeeded in copulating and producing.
Did you see that glance at the end? She knows what she's doing. She looks over at the end just to see if you noticed what she's doing.
The peacock's feathers, the mannequin's dance, the firefly's luminescence patterns.
Message coming in.
Even with
Patching
courtship
it through.
behaviors
Hey,
that are not
Molesy, what's up?
advantageous to survival.
Tyler, what's happening?
Those individuals that excel in them produce.
Thank you for the host,
offspring.
Molesy. Welcome,
It
everyone.
escalates with each generation.
Tyler,
Same was
poor
true
guy.
of the vocal cord parasites.
Ah.
Courtship vocalization rhythms and intonation.
Tyler, been spending a lot of
became
time in
more
the tux.
sophisticated. And in order for man to produce such sounds, they had to alter his vocal organs. By lowering the position of the larynx and developing resonating chambers, they enabled more complex pronunciations. But that was not all. The vocal cord parasites activated a transcription factor that would later control man's language ability. A protein that, due to its appearance, is called forkhead box protein P2, or FOXP2. Activating this transcription factor led to the development of brain function capable of creating sophisticated frequency changes. This was the pinnacle of the vocal cord parasite's prosperity. However,
Nice, man. I was thinking the exact same thing. I saw him glance for a second. What are you thinking?
Once human sexual activity
You thinking?
ceased to be only seasonal and having lost pigment-based sexual characteristics, distinctive vocalizations became the most effective means for humans to attract mates as well. Combined with logic pathways hardwired into the brain.
Blah, blah, blah. Shoot something, make something explode. Get on with it.
Long before advanced
Hashtag, get on with it.
possible.
No, this is gonna be a long one. Rich, just warning you, this is a big old tape dump.
Luckily for man, it was around
Whoa!
this time that a particular
Whoa!
retrovirus was circulating.
Oh my god.
While not lethal,
What is
it
this?
infected
What's the
not
excuse
only
for
man,
that gesture?
but the vocal cord parasites
Yikes.
as well. It is presumed that this
Whew.
virus removed part of the parasite's DNA and reverse transcribed it into man's reproductive cells.
Woke up. Woke up. We woke up now.
The genes it transcribed were the ones responsible for the production of language. The vocal cord parasite's vocalization genes were written into the human genome. The parasites were no longer of any use to man now. Man could use his voice as he pleased, when he pleased.
I know, this is terrible. We're all 12. We've lost. These people have just walked off.
Having lost their opportunity
Out of
to
the game.
reproduce, the parasites died out. Leaving
Kojima,
behind
thank you,
only
S7.
tribes.
Kojima loves his male patrons. Yes, indeed.
Vocal cord
Yes.
parasites were once in symbiosis with man. Its genes even became a part of his. Humans and parasites are extremely close. As such, it will be extremely difficult for man's
Hey,
immune
Leshu,
to
what's going on?
eliminate the vocal cord parasites. Even cutting them out will be no simple matter, which is exactly why these ethnic cleansing parasites are such a formidable weapon.
Man, she's almost got
The rise
literal
of the
stars
vocal
in her
cord
eyes.
Parasites goes back approximately 300 million years to the Permian period. At that time, they were not even parasites, but predatory autotrophs.
This is a 6-minute
They are
tape all by
believed
itself.
to have been the
Gonna
common ancestor to the
Breaking in the middle of the
Pentaphylia
tapes. Check on
and the
that.
Cyclops genus of copepods. However, Earth's environment underwent a violent change at the end of the Permian period. The cause is unclear.
The biggest
but
tape
evidence
dump, I think.
suggests that over 90% of the Earth's organisms at that time died out. The most pronounced threat to the protoparasites was the severe reduction in oxygen concentration. The result was cladogenesis, a splitting that gave birth to a new strain that could parasitize other organisms' respiratory apparatus. This survival tactic helped lower their oxygen consumption, and inhabiting the throat kept them securely in contact with inhaled air. The best survivors were those that parasitized the reptiles that flourished at the time. Entering the Triassic period, the reptiles evolved into dinosaurs, and the protoparasites shared in their success. Dinosaurs developed respiratory organs called air sacs to adapt to the low oxygen environment. These in particular helped the protoparasites thrive. But another trial awaited them. The end of the Triassic period saw another drastic change in the Earth's environment.
There's a couple where she looks right at
For
you,
most parasites,
besides the little
male
glance
and
back.
female take the same
I like the
route.
ones where she makes
Many
good eye
are, in
contact.
fact, hermaphrodites. Originally, the vocal cord parasites were as well. But for any strain to ride out a severe environmental change, it must
Yeah,
secure a
her
steady
bond is
pool of
maxed,
genetic
which is why she's
diversity.
doing all the teases right
Another
now.
split.
Exactly what Tyler's saying. More
Now, the
animations.
newest strain procreated with mates found in other hosts, and in order to increase
doesn't
its
start off like
encounters
this.
with those mates, the new strain utilized the voice of its host. They came to inhabit the host's vocal cords. This truly was the birth of the vocal cord parasite. The parasites developed the host's pharynx to form resonating chambers and used them to produce sophisticated mating calls. The relatively upright posture of the dinosaurs was important in this, because the crooked L-shaped pharynx was more suited to the development of resonating chambers. These developments ushered in a time of great prosperity for the parasites. But for the third time, the parasites had a major hurdle to overcome. The meteorite impact at the end of the Cretaceous period, which spelled the end of the dinosaurs. With their hosts extinct, the vocal cord parasites had no option but to find a new habitat. Birds. As genetic successors to the dinosaurs, with functioning air sac apparatus already in place, birds were the perfect choice. But the parasites could not survive in birds that flew at high altitudes with thinner air. So they
gonna take the break after this tape.
ground-dwelling birds and altered their
it's
respiratory
break time.
system for the sake of reproduction.
They gave the birds the means to produce sophisticated sounds.
So if tapes
The
or
sirens responsible
dead
for
ass
chirping.
aren't your thing,
This is the proof that
fair warning, we're about to take a 10-minute break and then come back to more tapes.
songbirds as well as
Thanks, Quiet,
humans.
for keeping things
The
interesting.
Cenozoic era
For some of
began
us.
with a
For
rise
some of
in
us.
oxygen concentration, which helped mammals to evolve and increase in size. The parasites then shifted to humans as a more effective host. Humans' bipedal upright walking meant that our throats could support larger resonating chambers. At first, vocal cord parasites entered humans using birds as their intermediate host. But eventually they changed to conducting their entire life cycle within human hosts. What happened next is as I have already described. People took the vocalizing prowess given them by the parasites and made it language. And once the parasites could no longer use it as their mating call, they died out. Or in other words, the parasites overcame all evolutionary hurdles except humanity. Skullface shared his opinion on this matter. He said the Ethnic Cleansers Project was sure to succeed. After all, the parasites had a grudge against us humans. To think we awoke them after such a long slumber, just so they could sate their thirst for vengeance. It is terrible, unforgivable, and yet, it is what I have done.
Okay, we're gonna come back to this tape. How long is that tape? 4 minutes. Or 3. 2 more tapes there. Children's Escape, and then the second Hamburgers tape, and all the Hamburger tapes are great. So we do have at least another 10 minutes of tapes. At least another 10 minutes of tapes from this single tape dump. So it is break time. Instead of going past break time to finish the tapes, we'll just do some more tapes after the break. So if you're not into tapes, if you need a break, go stretch your legs, smoke them if you got them. It's Friday. Get excited, get hyped, and go hug someone. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Have fun. See you soon.